little bit of. If you want to, if it's easier for you, you can type in the chat. Just want to know the industry that you're in and what kind of brought you our way. That would be helpful. Just way I can kind of comment on that before we go through some of the training, if that makes sense for you. That would be great. Let's see. Do we have any other ones in here? Anyone else new to the platform, whether it be Dub Studio or Dub Agent? Anyone, anyone? If you are, please put a one in that chat like Elizabeth did in there. Mark, thanks for putting a two. Appreciate it. We also have, as we're running through the training today, I'm going to go through the basics to begin, just in terms of how everything's laid out, our recommendations, all of that good stuff. And then we're going to have some trainings specifically on different topics. One of the trainings I'm going to do a little bit later is I'm going to talk about how creation of the scripts with the mobile app, record videos the right way, especially for people that are either posting online or in an influencer capacity, things of that nature. So, but in the meantime, please put your questions into the chat, and we'll kind of reconvene after the initial kind of opening in terms of what the basics of Dub are, and then we'll kind of move from there. All right, Elizabeth, thank you for putting that in there. I appreciate it. Let's see, you work in marketing from a home detailing company. We're looking to find more personalized way to answer questions for our members. Okay, great. Yeah, answering questions. I mean, there's a couple creative ways you could do that from a visual perspective. So one is, and there are a couple ways that I'm going to show right now to record with Dub and making videos. But answering questions you could do directly from the webcam. There's a way to do that that I'll show. You could do a screen recording where you're in a bubble. Maybe you have a screenshot of the question and you're kind of pointing to it and you're answering it that way. You could even do it technically from the mobile app if you want to do a little walk and talk where you could put yourself in a bubble, show the question. So there's some really neat creative ways you can do it. But at the end of the day, even if you spoke directly to the camera, we're answering these questions for folks. That works way better than just answering with text and typing them back because they see your personality, they get an idea of what to expect, when they're taking those next steps. So that's something that I'll cover in a moment. Okay. All right. So let me jump in here and let's see. Mark, I saw you when you get the time. Can you share your screen and discuss sending videos to LinkedIn connections, including embedding a video into the template and sending that? Yeah, definitely, Mark. We'll do the LinkedIn. We'll LinkedIn through. So everybody, as we're opening now, Ina from our team is here, and she can answer any questions along the way because Ina is fantastic. She knows every corner of the software, and it could be a game show. Try to stump Ina. I haven't seen it happen yet. So she's in there. So if you want to throw your questions in the chat, feel free as I'm kind of moving along. I'm going to jump to the basics right now, and then we're going to kind of do some individual lessons. But once we're done with that, questions and scenarios, that's something that we definitely want to cover. All right. So the first thing that I want to say from a general perspective is any of these videos that you are creating, having a hook is the most important thing you can possibly have. That's something we discuss internally every day, and we repeat it all the time because it's monumentally important. Whether it is cold, whether it's warm, whether you're following up, whether it's a missed meeting, there's always a reason to watch that video. So you want to have a hook. So getting the hook, doing that is really kind of like you tell the AI, you've got to educate the AI first. So you've got to tell whatever AI tool you're using. If you're on ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, Claude, whatever you're using there, or if you're using Dub Agent, which I will show in a second, the whole bottom line is you want to tell the AI about your industry. Who are your folks, your ICP, your ideal client profile? Who are they? Why are you reaching out to them? What value do you want to convey? What action do you want them to take? Do you want them to book in your calendar? Give the AI a little succinct understanding of why you're reaching out to these people. And then you want to ask the AI specifically for a list of about 3 to 5 word hooks, about 20 of them. Say, give me 20 3 to 5 word hook short phrases that I can use that someone's going to want to engage with my video. Now, when you get that list, you give it a human pass, see the ones you like, don't like. If you want the adjustments, give it back to the AI and say, hey, I want to adjust it a little more FOMO, a little more specificity, whatever, a little wit, a little humor, whatever you want. But when you have that list of hooks, now you can say, what kind of video do I want to record? And these are the styles of videos that you can do with Dub, and then we'll explain the workflow after that. So right here is an example of a video you can record with Dub Studio that's from the webcam. Now, I'm also holding up a whiteboard that you'll notice says, what's your hook? 3 words right there, right? 3 to 5 words. That's where you want to put your hook. That is on the Dub mobile app. So Dubb app, Dubbapp, Dubb app, and you have the ability to type right on there and hold it right up to the camera as the video begins. Because when you record a Dubb video, the first 3 seconds will repeat as the animated preview that someone's going to see. So we want to make that interesting. We want someone to want to click on it. Now, this was recorded basic webcam holding up the Dubb mobile app. Now, also, you'll notice up here in the email subject line is a nice three. You put your hook up here, 3 to 5 words. It could be the same hook if you want to, or slightly different. Remember, you're going to get a list of about 20 to 30 of these things, so you can switch it up. But this is what you want someone to see. This is a nice direct way to deliver a message right here from your webcam. Now, you also can do something that looks like this. You can have a combination where you don't have the hook, right? We just talked about how important the hook was, right? But the reason we don't have one here is because if you feel that you have a screenshot or a video that you want to put behind you that you feel is strong enough for the hook, you absolutely can do that. And then you can just turn and look and come right back to camera. It could be a property in real estate, could be a shot of someone's profile here, it could be an article you want to share, it could be a screenshot of an action someone took within your industry. You feel it's good enough, just a little turn, back to camera, and start talking. Now, you also can do a combination of both. So if you wanted to, you could have the image or video behind as the context, and then you could have the hook right in front. So context behind, hook in front works really, really well. Works good for all industries, but for real estate, it's really nice because you could have the property, property address, something about the property, information, just like that. Now, you also can do screen recordings. These are really cool for anything visual that you want to do. This right here was done with the Dubb Chrome extension. It's a browser-based screen recorder. Just Google Dubb Chrome extension, three-step process to pin it right up here in the browser. You can see a little button up here at the top. And that gives you the ability to put yourself on top of anything within your browser. Now notice here, I have little annotation arrows pointing towards my bubble. I'm right next to the title of the article, right? It's a market forecast. And I'm also holding up that hook, the additional hook. We know it's a market forecast, but if I went to the site, I could read it and do that on my own. I want to know your take on the market forecast. So you're kind of giving me that right there when I say there's going to be a big change. Now, this can be LinkedIn outreach. This could be anything within your browser where you want to visually walk someone through something and explain something to someone. We talked at the top about answering clients' questions. You could have the questions pulled up right here on the screen, have the answer, point to the answer and say, listen, I want to talk a little bit about why this answer is the way it is. So anything that you want within your browser, Chrome. Now you also can do the Dubb desktop app for screen recording. This is different than the Chrome because the Dubb desktop app can go on top of anything on your computer. Whether it be a slide deck, video, document, whatever you want, it can go on top of it. It also has the ability to crop in a little closer. You can crop around what you want to record. You want to go landscape? You can go landscape for YouTube. You want to go vertical, 9 by 16 portrait for social media? You can do that. You want to physically crop the boundaries around something to focus like I did right here? You can do that with the Dubb desktop app. And it also records in clips as well. So pretty dynamic piece of tech that we have right here. But both the Dubb Chrome extension, which is browser-based, Dubb desktop app, which is not, are all based on the same thing. Screen recordings, visually showing something. It's a very powerful way to do it. You also have mobile app recording. So Dubb app, Dubbapp, once you have it, you can do something as simple as this, which has worked really well for people over the years. Just type the hook on the screen. And all you do is record. Hey, nice to meet you. Have the hook right there. Something simple like that has worked well. Very similar to the webcam that we just looked at. I'm just not holding up a whiteboard. It's on the screen. You also could do something that looks like this on your phone. Screenshot some things to put behind you for the virtual background, whether images or videos. Pop them behind you, have a little text on screen, and that's very visually dynamic that you can do walking around anywhere. Just make sure you got a good front light on you. And then we also have this option on the Dubb mobile app. This is picture in picture. Really perfectly, if there was any tech perfectly made for property walkthroughs in real estate, it's pretty much this. Because we could see your face reacting as you're showing the properties. It uses both cameras on the phone and it's just really dynamic. If you're not in real estate and you're doing any kind of local prospecting, you can make a cool little video outside the business you're about to go in, send it to the email contact you have, walk into the business. Hey, just sent you an email. Oh, yeah, there you are outside pointing something about the business. You also could do it at conferences or events where you got a huge crowd and you kind of want to narrate what's going on, post it to social media, do a video newsletter. You can physically sit right in front of your computer and pull up someone's profile, article, all the things we just covered, hit picture in picture on the phone, lean in as you're showing it with your finger. That's a cool visual. If you're ever with a client in person and you want to do a nice video testimonial with someone physically in person, have them stand across from you or sit down, do a little selfie stick, put it like this or hold it. You're in the top left, they're in the middle, and have a great little video conversation about how great the client loves what you're doing work-wise. That works really well. But all of these, the thing that everything has in common here is you're choosing a visual way to convey your message. And you're doing it in a way that someone's going to want to click on it. So when someone clicks on the animated preview, that's when they're going to be brought to the landing page, a customized landing page that we call a preset in Dubb terms. Your logo, video you recorded, playlist of videos that are going to play right after the video is concluded. Playlists are great because they provide more information and education for the person watching, and it enables you to record your pitch video. If you haven't done this already, just record a video, minute, minute and a half, why someone should go with you, your background, your services, all that great stuff. Record it once, and it always plays after this initial video. So you only need to record it once. The reason you want to have it play after this video is because these videos should always be about the hook. Who you are is secondary to what that main reason is to why you're reaching out. You want to open with the hook, get right into it, deliver the value, and then get out and have them take an action below. Minute, I'd say that's about a sweet spot. I wouldn't go longer than that. And then if you have video testimonials from your clients, this is a really strong place to have them. It kind of completes the loop. If you have video testimonials or you don't have any and you want to get more in a very convenient way, I'll show that in 1 second. But once you're below here and you told someone to take an action, how do they take that action? It's with these buttons right here, these call to action buttons, your CTAs. Booking a time in someone's calendar has been the most popular button in sales in the history of time since it was created. But you also can have them download a document, a listing agreement. Maybe you have a guide for them, a contract. You can also have them fill out a form. You can have a link to an external form. They can visit your site. They can email you back. They can check out a case study if you have those. Those are always really great to put together. They can always leave you a review as well. This reply with video button right here is pretty great. You could maybe your call to action is, hey, book a time in my calendar, but you could say, you know what, if you want to send me a video right back, sometimes people do that. But the main use case for reply with video that's worked very well over the years is getting video testimonials, like we mentioned right here. So if I wanted to get a video testimonial from a client, and with the way the Dubb folks have used it over the years is, hey, what's going on? Listen, thank you so much for using Dubb. I really want to tell your story, and it would be amazing if you could send me a video testimonial. All you have to do is click that reply with video button below and let me know about your story. And then Ina sends that back to me. I have a little notification inside my Dubb platform that I have a video reply, and then I just make it part of the playlist right here. And this is the experience that's worked for a lot of Dubb folks over the years right here. Now, the last part of the experience is over here to the right. This is your AI assistant called Sia, your sales interactive assistant. And Sia is great because when people do land on the landing page, they have questions. We all have questions all the time. I feel like everyone always has questions. So you can have your FAQs here. You can interact with the AI down the bottom directly. And when this AI gives answers, it wants to keep the natural momentum going of the possible sale moving forward. So it gives the answer, but then it pushes for your next steps. So whatever that button is over here that you're pushing for, the AI is going to remind you, hey, remember, let's book a time in Rob's calendar because I just gave you that answer. Now, these are created, these individual SIA AIs are created inside your Dubb dashboard, inside the Dubb Studio, where you give it individual website link pages. If you have a website, give the individual pages. It will physically learn what's in text on the pages. And then you also can give it a PDF as well. So you can do one or the other, or you can do both. And then you have a very educated AI that is customer client facing that can help move things forward. This whole experience is designed to be thorough, engaging, and get people to move forward. Now, if you are on a free trial right now with Dubb, you're not on a Pro or Pro Plus or anything else, and you upgrade, right, to a paid plan, we do an optimization setup with the team. So they meet you in Zoom, they help you set up the buttons, the logos, the pages, everything that you need. Now, these preset landing pages, you definitely want different preset landing pages for different parts of your audience. So if I was in real estate and I worked with all kinds of folks, whether it was buyers, sellers, FISBOs expired, residential, commercial, investment, whatever it is, mortgage, different kinds of mortgage clients, insurance, recruitment, finance, coaching, consulting, any splits in your audience, have a separate preset landing page that speaks to those folks. That's how you want to have this set up because that way the audience feels like you're talking right to them. All of this is also tracked as well with activity reporting. So when you do send a video out, it have it reporting on, hey, did they open the email? Did they watch the video? If they did, watch the watch percentage? Did they interact with the AI? Did they click any buttons? Did they just view the page? All of this allows you to follow up in a very, very, very smart way. Now, all of this is done within Dubb Studio, which is right here, where you can record videos, you can create landing pages, buttons, you have a full CRM, you can upload your contacts. There's even automation available with Dubb with our Pro Plus plan. Everything, if you're looking to lower your tech stack, Dubb Studio can do all of that within here. Now, if you found us in two different ways, maybe you found us here with Dubb.com and you did a free trial and then you upgraded. Maybe you found us through AI.Dubb.com, which is Dubb Agent, which is the AI conductor that is connected to Dubb Studio. So when you have both, you're going to notice a little drop down right over here. Dubb Studio, which is where you are right now. And if you have Dubb Agent, you click here and you are within Dubb Agent, which is inside and controls a lot of Dubb Studio because it's interconnected and integrated. Now, what is Dubb Studio? So over in Dubb Studio, notice the chat right here in the middle. And notice the message that we like to have right here. Hey, do you want leads? Do you email scripts, meetings, deals? Kind of says everything right here. We've got some quick action buttons that you can take advantage of. But if you want to communicate with Dubb Agent, all you got to do is type right down here. Now, we said they're connected, right? So Dubb Agent can access Dubb Studio. Hey, Dubb Agent, do me a favor. Go find that orientation video I recorded last week. Can you get that to me? Oh, great. There it is. Do me a favor. Can you send it out to blah, 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 blah? Great. Yeah, I can do that. Hey, what was the activity reporting on that video? I want to know if people watched. Oh, great. You gave me that too? That's fantastic. I want to add some notes to my leads inside the Dubb CRM and Dubb Studio. Can you do that? Yeah, I can do that. So it's all connected. You're just telling Dubb Agent to go access Dubb Studio. Now, from a non-Dubb Studio perspective, what are some other stuff that it can do? Dubb Agent can do personalized sending. It can send emails in a very personal way, written in a very cool way. So I said here, hey, send Rob a video about Dubb Studio. I want to explain this. It's amazing. Like, send that out over to him. Does it send it? Yeah, of course it sent it. Boom, little thing here, breakdown, great. Now, it can also check your emails for any missed sales opportunities, which is really big. So if you say, hey, Dubb Agent, go and check for any missed sales opportunities in my email, because it happens all the time. It can happen. So you go back there, find them, it will organize them in terms of importance, and it can also clean up your email as well. And then whenever Dubb Agent does something, you're going to notice that it wants to logically do the three next things that make the most sense. So it's going to say, do you want to create a personalized video walkthrough? Do you want to set a follow-up reminder? Do you want to build a Dubb demo script? What do you want to do? And sometimes that'll spark the ideas, which is great. So that's from an email perspective. Now, Dubb Agent can also do lead generation. So you want to find leads, right? Everyone sales wants more leads. So we just talked about ICPs, right? Look at what I typed right here. Generate a list of 5 CEOs of real estate US companies, 50 to 200 employee size. Put your ICP right here. Who are your folks? Describe them. Do a nice targeted send. I wouldn't do something massive right out of the gate. So do something smaller, 3, 4, 5, below 10 within that range. Go find these folks. And then because Dubb Agent has the marketplace and API relationships on the back end to make this possible, the leads can be found. And then once the leads are found, do me a favor, verify these leads. I want to know who's good and who's not, because we don't want bad leads. And then it'll tell you what's safe to send, what isn't. And then you just tell it, hey, add it to my CRM. And then boom, the leads are added in. They're nice and clean. And a 3-step sequence of telling Dubb Agent to find your folks, which it will, verify your folks, which it will, and then add them into the CRM, which it will. And that is done so quickly. And that can be done today if you want to do that today. Now, it can also do reminders, routines. So recurring tasks, right? So in this example here, I said, hey, do me a favor, remind me that I got to record a social video and ad for Dubb Studio and Dubb Agent. So then it gives me the reminder and I have a recurring task. It shows up, say, hey, Rob, hey, time to record these. That's my recurring event, recurring action that I want to have happen. That's the routine that I want to have happen. So all you have to tell Dubb Agent is to have that routine. Maybe you want a report delivered at a certain day. Whatever you want, tell it to check your email every morning. Those are things that it can save time and have done for you. The other thing that it can do is it can create assets for you. So in this case, this is a real estate example. We said create a CMA for an address, but you could have a sales one pager for whatever you want. You could drop a URL in here and say, I want to create an asset that really walks someone through something within your industry. It absolutely can do that for you. And then when the asset's created, it pops out right here and it's done in seconds that you're able to send. So it is very powerful in terms of the multiple things that it can do. Now, Dubb Agent, how does it have the ability to do any of the things that we just looked at? It all begins with integrations, which is right over here to the left. So when you click in here, this is where you're going to find all the softwares that you use on a daily basis. Programs. What are you using? And right down here at the bottom, we have the most popular ones down here that make the most sense. If you leave in here, we got the emails, we got CRMs, we got Slack in here, we got all kinds of stuff that is towards the top of what folks typically use. Now, if you're going to search, right, I use Gmail, so mine's already connected. So if you use Outlook, just click connect or just type in here for what you're looking for right in here. And typically you'll find it, and all you have to do is click connect from a CRM to an email to a booking calendar link, whatever you need. Now, if you cannot find what you're looking for in here, all you need to do is create a custom integration. So when we select this over here, you're going to notice a bunch of custom ones we did, right? How did we do that? It all begins right here in the beginning. You just chat with Dubb Agent and say, Dubb Agent, do me a huge favor. I need you to create a custom integration for software XYZ. It'll show its work, show you what it's doing, read the words, right? We got to follow through and say, because if there's an issue, Dubb Agent's going to tell you, listen, I need this one piece of information. If you don't read the words, you're going to be, why isn't it working? So you just got to read it, follow it through. And then when it does it, typically it ends with an API key, typically, that you're going to pop in there and you'll be able to do that. So it's a very powerful thing in terms of being able to just communicate in a way that you would communicate. And then you have the custom integrations. So whether it's finding what you're looking for here or whether it's getting the custom creation made, this is the ultimate ability to give Dubb Agent access to what you need. Now, you also have the ability, once access is given, because now Dubb Agent can access your email, CRM, link, whatever you need, right? Now we need to give Dubb Agent skill. So right over here to the left, there's a skills section. And when you click here, there is a nice category breakdown here at the top. You have general and you have all your other industries. If you don't see your industry here, please let us know, support@dubb.com or in the chat, and we can add it for you. The idea behind this is a giant switchboard, and you want to flip on switches that make sense in terms of what you're doing on a daily basis. We know email verification and lead gen is incredibly important because we just saw that. So we want to flip those on. And when you're flipping these on, again, because of the marketplace and the APIs and the back end with Dubb Agent and the relationships, it's able to do these things at a very high level. So you want to be able to flip these things on. If you do a lot of blog writing, turn it on. If you're doing a lot of email newsletter delivery, turn it on. Turn on what makes sense in the general category. Then go to your industry. Let's jump to network marketing. Maybe objection handling. I want to turn that thing on, right? That's always a good thing to have on. How about prospect list builder? That sounds like a good one. I want to turn that one on. Maybe you're in insurance. You're like, insurance newsletter is really important. Updates on rates, whatever's going on, a lot of changes. I want to keep people updated. What about the quote comparison summary? People love comparisons with quotes, right? That's a good one to turn on. So make your way through general and then the categories of your industry and turn these switches on. So now with integrations, you've given Dubb Agent access, and now it has the skill level to be able to do these things. Now over here under settings, down to the left, this is where you're going to find a company information section. This is fantastic for anything related to company information. So you put in services, links, you can do branding, you can do whatever you need in here that's going to really educate Dubb Agent on what you are and what you're doing. It's a great place to drop this in here that it can reference when it's creating assets, as for an example, right? Your branding. Now below here, you have the models of the AI. So if you have a complicated task that you want done, hey, let's go with a really, really advanced model of this here. Now you can switch between here depending on the recurring or task that you're doing. And the best for section right below here is a really nice way to get a kind of a clean understanding of what you get and what it's best at for each model. So kind of pop your way through here, look at the descriptions, and then you get the monetary breakdown over here to the right. Now, you also want to make sure down here at the bottom under account, see where it says account, you want to make sure that you have your Dubb account connected, which is really important because we talked in the beginning how Dubb Agent has access to Dubb Studio. We want to make sure that's connected. We also want to make sure that we have our phone number dropped in here. If you did the free trial sign up with Dubb AI, with Dubb Agent, and you did the 7-day free trial with 25,000 AI credits, there's a spot where you could have put your phone number in. If you didn't do it, You just go into here an account and link your phone number because Dubb Agent can actually text with you back and forth for SMS, which is really, really amazing because it's going to meet you where you are. So as an example, this is what this would look like in terms of the SMS. So once you link your phone number, you are going to get a message from Dubb Agent. Now, when you do get the message from Dubb Agent, this is what this is going to look like right here. And this is convenient because when the team built this out, you want an ability to be able to meet someone where they are. And that's kind of the definition of sales is meeting people where they are. And that's exactly what this is with the SMS. So let me share my screen here, and this is what this looks like right here. Okay. Can you guys, I think you can all see my screen. So this is it right here. So notice I have Dubb Agent up here at the top. I saved it in my phone, Dubb Agent, and I have it in favorites so it's close to the top. It says, hey, it's me. How can I help? And then you can immediately begin chatting with Dubb Agent. You can do some lead generation that we did from here. We did some calendar bookings. We did some workshopping of scripts. We did some back and forth on strategy. And I'm going to be doing a little educational thing in a little bit for a lesson on this. But the whole point is Dubb Agent responds very quickly with what you want done. So again, it's all about just telling Dubb Agent what you want it to do, and you have access to that when you're doing the SMS. Now, from this perspective, right here within the dashboard, let me share my screen here and check this out. So inside here, when you are chatting with Dubb Agent, you're telling it to do all these great things, right? You have a recent chat history right down here that you can always access. Pop over here to the search glass here. You can search in here for whatever you need to find with a keyword to find that within there. We have a great little microphone option right here that you have it connected, speech to AI refined text. So if you're ever going off the top of your head and you want a prompt like this, all right, listen, I need to write a script about the importance of the teleprompter, why it keeps me on track, and how it just stops me from wasting time. I want to make it a minute in length. I think that, you know what? Forget that. No, I actually want to make it 30 seconds in length, and I want to open with a hook, and I want to end with a CTA that someone should get a free trial. Hit the check mark, and it will basically organize my my thoughts as I'm speaking out loud into a more coherent prompt that I can give Dubb Agent, which I'm sure Dubb Agent really, really appreciates. And then the other part of it is too is the billing. Okay, so we have very transparent billing. When you're telling Dubb Agent to do all this stuff, you want to be able to pop over in here. We got the free trial, 25,000 AI credits, 7-day free trial. If you upgrade, you can go to $50 as the entry point. You can go to 100, you can do 300. There are different options in there, and you're going to have an idea what it looks like because you're going to start using it. So down here under recent usage, you will see things that you've told it to do. You'll see it in credits over here to the right, and you'll see it in dollars and cents. So in both worlds, you have a really good understanding of what it looks like from credits and what it looks like from dollars and cents. When you are beginning to use this, whether it's right away in the free trial or you've just gotten your paid plan, you're kind of moving along, just make sure you start in small batches and then kind of expand out from there because you'll have an idea of probably how many credits you need on a monthly basis, depending on what you're doing from daily to week. So it really depends on what you're doing, but it's all very transparent right here. Now, you also have the ability to get routines right over here that I mentioned before. See how there's a section for routines? So you'll find all of your recurring tasks right in here that you've created. How do you create those recurring tasks? All you do is ask Dubb Agent, please create a routine and then explain what it is. Same thing for memories. Memories are great because you can tell Dubb Agent whether it's behind the scenes how to communicate with you. You can say, listen, I want to communicate in this way, short, get right to the point, whatever kind of tutelage you want to give it, it'll communicate with you in that way. If you have anything for client or customer facing where you're like, you know what, I really want to make sure that in the script writing, you open with the hook, you end with a CTA. There's certain structure that you want, certain verbiage that you want to stay away from and focus on. You can create all of that and it will be listed right in memories. And how to begin, again, chat, hey, Dubb Agent, do me a favor, create a memory for me. I'd like you to do that, and it'll do it for you. Now, if you do need support on any of this for Dubb Agent, there's a big support section we have right here to the left. This is a number you can call 24/7. The live Zoom trainings that you're in right now, we have one a day. We used to have two. It's all combined into one from 10 to sometimes we go for a couple hours. We have the training videos right here. So these are great. These are edited by the team. They all have their titles in here. They're all about very important nuggets that we've covered and little training lessons that we're doing within the live training. We also have documentation, which anytime you want to click on this, if you have a feature request, let us know. You can always pop it right in here. We have best practices. The live training log is fantastic because it's a nice breakdown of all of our previous meetings, and it is very organized in terms of the information. Who were the attendees, what was covered, all that great stuff right in here. So if you're into reading the learning, that is really fantastic there. We have all of our FAQs here at the bottom. So when you click on an FAQ, it's going to pop open the AI over here to the right. This is very similar to the customer client facing SIA that we looked at on the landing pages within Dubb Studio. Gives the answer, and also you're able to respond with a question and really kind of dig in deeper. So lots of support right here. Now, if you do enjoy Dubb Agent. You've been using it for a while. We've had really good success stories from folks. And you want to share the love with Dubb Agent, just all you have to do is go to referrals. Click here, and you're going to have a referral link that you can share right down here at the bottom. It's this link right here. And then it's a 30% one-time payment and a 10% recurring to anyone that subscribes to Dubb Agent. We also have within Dubb a very robust partner program here. All you have to do is come right over here to refer and earn, click apply now. Again, creates a referral link for you. This is a 30% recurring commission and a 10% after that if you get someone else. So 30 and 10, simple two level there. We always tell everyone if you ever have folks together in a Zoom where you want us to come in and pitch, we absolutely can do that for you. Just, let us know. Get a group together. You also can invite everybody in here, dubb.com/T, and they can come in here and learn about both areas of the Dubb system. So whether it's Dubb Studio, where you're recording videos, whether they're webcam, screen, or mobile, you have landing pages, you are sending them out, you're using it as a CRM, and then you have Dubb Agent, which is connected to Dubb Studio, which is pretty much like the conductor. Can go in there and say, you want me to find that video for you? Do you want me to write a script and save it into scripts for you and then load it into a teleprompter? Can do all of that. So the way that we're communicating and changing things is very much how you'd speak to another person. This is pretty much just like that. So when you have the power of both, it's pretty amazing. So eventually we'll probably just call it Dubb in general, but we have both of those areas that are very, very convenient and will save you a lot of time. So that's the basic walkthrough of both. At this point, Ruben, myself, and Darius, we have little lessons that we typically do within these live trainings. I'm going to do one a little bit of my own, but we also do a lot of Q&A. So again, if anyone has anything within the areas here in the studios that we've talked about, if you want to ask us any questions, you can raise your hand, you can put them in the chat. Whatever you'd like to do, we are here to support you in that way. And we'd love to know some success stories. The one thing we say all the time, if something cool has happened, let us know. We'd love to hear about it. That really makes it exciting for the team and makes it exciting for everyone on our side in terms of what we're willing to do and the results that we're looking at. So with that being said, Darius, over to you.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that, brother. Those of you that are new or watching the recording, Victor, David, welcome, guys. David Steele, welcome back, my friend. Good to see you. I got your questions there. Jai, just saw your hand went up. Jai, if you can do me a favor, toss it into the chat and the Q&A because we got a little line here. Guys, if you're attending the training live, we always ask that you try to drop your chat and Q&A in there. We try to answer those in the order received as quickly as possible, right after we do some of the intros of the basics, of course. So Victor C, I have your couple of questions there, my friend. I hope that you have just 1 minute here because I have my buddy David dropped his questions a little bit sooner. I always try to go in the order, right? First come, first serve here. I will say there's one way around first come, first serve in these daily trainings, guys, which is the open mics. I didn't have anyone for today. So if you want to be ahead of the line, dubb.com/open mic, we answer those first. So anyways, let me go ahead to David first. David Steele, and Rob, am I my co-host? Did you make me a co-host?
Yeah, I think you are right. I think yeah, you're co-host. Yep.
And then David, let me turn your microphone on there, my friend. Okay, nice little use case. I want to record for Facebook, but it seemed like the app recommended to download it as MP4, and then we lose the presets. Is that correct? So, David, this is absolutely a really, really cool topic because right now we're talking about posting to social media in general, right? Not just Facebook, but any social platform. And this is really the crux of it, which is when you're posting to social media, they want you to upload natively. In fact, if you're on your cell phone and you're recording a story directly into Instagram or going live on TikTok or these things, right? The applications, the algorithms, right? They know. and that's actually given a priority. So if you're on the device itself, on the app, uploading or recording or going live through the app, through the thing, that has some special priority given to it, because the owners, the creators of the app say, well, you're a committed user, right? You're not like having people from other parts of the world upload videos on your account on your behalf. There might be some not as much extra benefit given to that. So in this case, David, the number one rule and strategy for every upload to social is to do so natively. And so, yes, your idea there, David, for your question about uploading the MP4, absolutely correct. The last thing you ever want to do is put a link as a post on social media, right? You never want to put a link as a, like for Facebook example, you don't upload the post, or LinkedIn. If you do that, they'll let you do it, but they won't tell you, but they're not going to show the post to anybody because it's going to steal traffic from their website. They want people to stay on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. And so when there's links that drive traffic away from the channels, they want to reduce that. And in fact, that's why Instagram doesn't let you put links anywhere in the messages, in the comment, only in the bio. TikTok's the same, link in bio. So Facebook's a little bit more friendly. You can put links in the descriptions, in the comments. Don't ever put the links in the post itself, or even in the post. What you can do is you can go into your very first comment, and that's where you leave your video. So David,
the place that presets would work is in emails.
Yeah, presets work in not only emails, but also DMs and comments. So in fact, I have a video here I'm going to share. This is I think it's part of our previous coaching stuff, right? Posting to social. And it's right here. Recording and posting to LinkedIn and other social channels. This is the 7-minute one. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one in the chat right now. And I'm going to give the short version of it. So if you want to watch the long version, this tutorial, right? The step-by-step, there's the full version of posting to social instructions in the chat. But the reality is this, is you upload your video natively as an MP4. And David, you're right. You lose the presets, the buttons on that native upload, but you have to do that because otherwise the platform won't show your video to anybody.
And however, you lose the tracking as well, right?
But on that video, because they provide the tracking, and it's not contact specific, right? It's just how many times did your video get viewed? But here's the fix of it: is you upload the video natively to Facebook, to LinkedIn, to YouTube, etc. But then in the very first comment, that's where you put your bio link, your lead capture video, your thank you video. That's where you put a trackable video that has a preset and buttons beneath it. And that's where you say, hey there, thanks for checking out my video on social media. I'd like to present you a lead magnet, a calendar, an offer, right? Whatever is connected to the rest of your video there. And then that's how you're able to then turn views on social from their videos into leads for your business. It's that funnel creation. And unfortunately, you don't want to take the links or the Dubb videos or any other link and put it on social media directly, or even in the post itself, like on LinkedIn, right? You can add a video, you can put some text, you can put links. Do not do that though with third-party links. They hate that because you're stealing their traffic, or you're redirecting their traffic, and they don't want that, so they'll hide your stuff.
So, in summary, if I wanted to post something to Facebook, because a lot of my audience is older, that's where they're at. Then I could just either go live or just put a video there that says, hey, I want to tell you today about blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Click on the link in the first comment.
Let's pretend this is the one. I wanted to talk about this HVAC company and said, hey, these guys did a good job. I recommend them. And I want to put that on social media. So I would record the video. I would take the MP4, which I now have on my computer, and then I would go over to Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and then click to upload a post, right? I'm gonna go create a post now, upload. I mean, if it's to a business page or a personal page, right? Those are different scenarios slightly, but it's the same where you're uploading the video natively. So don't put the link here in the post ever, but upload the video natively. And then after the video's been uploaded, right, after the post is live, then go into the comments. And that's where you drop your link to your Dubb video and your preset and your lead capture and the tracking and everything else.
Got it.
Cool.
Okay. And you could do that on LinkedIn as well. That would work.
Every channel. Yeah. Well, LinkedIn YouTube and Facebook specifically allow you to put external links in the descriptions or comments. YouTube and, or sorry, Instagram and TikTok do not allow links in comments, only in the bio. And we have a link for that as well. It's called the bio link. It's on your dashboard.
So in the bio link, I typically put my link tree, right?
Yeah. Well, I would say link tree is what? It's a link to more links, right? Let's be honest, it's a pretty flat landing page, right? It's like an image with some links. Let's compare that to a Dubb page, right? With your video and your playlist and your social proof and your buttons, and a chat, an AI chat. It's just like 10 times the conversion vehicle that a link tree page is.
So get rid of Linktree and send you.
Get rid of Linktree, use BioLink. It's 1,000. It's like a picture says 1,000 words, and then what does 10 videos say of your clients or your products and stuff? It's night and day difference, I think. Yeah.
Got it.
Cool. And you can still say link in bio, but they're going to be like, whoa, this is way better than Linktree. What the heck is this? Like, he's got videos, he's got playlists, it's like his own YouTube channel thing. What is this? It's a cool, way better than Linktree. You could still do Linktree thing, right? You could have a series of links if that's what you want. But more importantly, you could have videos to, build trust and all that. So
yeah, no, I have like 800 subscriptions. I'll get rid of the $15 Linktree and
there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Right on, David. All right. Appreciate you, brother. Victor, you're up next, my friend. How's it going?
Good.
All right. I got a couple of questions from you here. Retirement planning and annuities. Is that where your business is focused on right now?
Most of it, yes.
Great. Let me ask you this: are you looking more to like coordinate with your sphere, or looking for colder outreach like social media, like our friend David here? What would you say you're focused on most?
Generating leads and quality prospects.
Okay. Cool. Do you have a preference of where you'd like to do that right now? Is there like we just talked to David, who's wants to talk Facebook and LinkedIn potentially, and then for yourself, is there a preferred, like, do you spend more time on one channel potentially scrolling on Facebook or something versus another?
I mean, I'm active on LinkedIn. I've had a YouTube channel for several years, but I'd like to be able to get on, do some shorts or something. I mean, a lot of people doing 1 and 2 minute videos on Facebook and stuff, and really generating some good quality leads. So,
heck yeah.
But then again, where to get the leads, and I just saw you doing something about where you ask it to generate certain leads, and so
so now there's definitely a combination of things here. For retirement planning and annuities, it's a little bit different because you can certainly target, because that's individuals, right? It's consumers mostly, but there's certainly a way to use business signals to target retirement planning. Like, you can say who's been in positions for more than 20 years, and you can research that, and those become like, hey, we've seen you've been in your position for 25 years and retirement's probably around the corner. You're thinking about that, right? And now we're all of a sudden using signals that are preemptive, right? Because otherwise, if they announce their retirement, that's also another very strong signal, right? That's on LinkedIn. Those are on blog posts and things like that when professionals come in, but that's maybe even too late, right? If somebody's already announced their retirement, they've likely already coordinated with somebody like yourself and had some plan in place. No guarantee, but I think it's kind of like it's in real estate, if they already tried to sell their home, it's obvious they want to sell their home. It's obvious they're going to retire, but they've already tried to do so unsuccessfully. So then that's the first thing, as I would say, is about using AI to generate these types of leads, would be trying to find the most important signals based on what's worked for your business. Is it people that have announced retirement signals, or is it people that just, needed it, like, hey, I'm going to retire, and they reached out for yourself? What would you say first? Where has been the best time that you've connected with people that say, hey, I'm ready to do this right now? Is this post-retirement, prior to retirement?
Pre-retirees is the best, the 55 to 70-year-olds.
Right.
They're always going to be the best. Sometimes people are retired and they're not exactly sure they're doing the right thing.
Right.
Which is fine, but the best area is the pre-retirees, obviously, because they have a little bit of time to get to enhance what they're doing and get the best out of it.
Exactly. So then I was going to say, then the next thing becomes picking your niche, right? If you try to boil the ocean, you will be unsuccessful at doing so. If you try to boil a little cup of water, that's not too hard to do. And so the same analogies applied to our marketing and our outreach. So now we can decide, okay, I want this age group of demographic of people, this psychographic, where I want individuals in this type of profession. You're like, hey, I work with manufacturing professionals that are about to reach retirement, and my signal says you've been in your role for 20 years, meaning this is right on, so that type of message, you didn't say their name, you didn't say their company, and that type of message is going to land very well with anyone within that role that we just defined, right? So that's my next question for you. Is there any type of subset of persona, men, women, retirees, veterans, any industry? Is there some sort of subset of people that you either have had the most success with, have a strong network with, like a church group or something like that? Because then that becomes, well, how do you expand your closest sphere to the closest targets, right? The people that are most reachable and addressable and likely to convert to you, with you, for you. What would you say?
So working with the platform, I could build that out.
Absolutely. Yeah. But this is what I was trying to do, is help you be really useful with those tokens in your AI experience. Because if I just come in there and I say, give me retirement planning clients, it's going to have all these same questions that I have for you, but ask them. It might just
right now on LinkedIn, I've started using LinkedIn to message certain people and do a search using LinkedIn Navigator. But
okay. So you're on that path, then, it sounds like. So
yeah, I'm targeting self-employed people.
Yep.
And I'm targeting high-level managers and CEOs and things like that.
Now we're getting somewhere. So this is the other thing that the reason I asked you too is because Dubb AI could absolutely help you define this persona. I mean, if you already had, like, hey, I was a former pipe fitter union member thing, right? And you're like, okay, great. Well, there's an awesome network to tap into. But you mentioned your own. So the idea now is use AI to refine that process. A tool like LinkedIn Navigator and its data, and even scrapable from LinkedIn, like with AI tools, you can see how long they've been in a position, right? So they're in a senior position for 20 plus years. So they're at least 50 years old. Or so then all of a sudden we now have a very refined audience. And when you reach out to them, the idea is this, Victor. Let me share my screen really quick. Is to have an experience that makes it look like that's all that you do, right? You are the expert advisor for XYZ industry entering retirement age, right? Here's an example of what I'll show you here. This example is of a video. Is everything's generic, right? It's generic success stories, 10 different industries there, generic testimonials. So this is what a generic page looks like, right? I'm not a specialist. I'm just a generalist. But what if what we were just talking about, we find some very specific targets for you? Then our team, me, myself, someone in this group, Ina, Eileen, someone on our team is going to meet with you, help you create this little landing page, this template for you. And so now you can see in this example, it's hyper specific. It's for admissions, a testimonial from admissions, a case study for admissions. So now if I sent this message to someone in admissions, it's very well likely they could believe that, man, this guy works with admissions. That's all he does. He's got explainers and testimonials and case studies for people in admissions. So now all of a sudden I look more like the specialist, and it was just a click here. So you can use AI or human support here, right? Talk with us and AI, any combination of those things to help you really refine what that audience and offer and hone that in. Because guys, like for something important like your business or your health, if you had the option of choosing a heart specialist to work on your heart, or a generalist who's like, hey, I do everything, most people are going to choose the heart specialist, right? In fact, the hospital is going to say, you got to go see the specialist. And so that's the same way people often treat their business, right? Responsible business owners that have money to invest. and individuals, right? Individuals looking to have money to retire, they're also responsible, and they're gonna want to work with that specialist, right? They're like, oh, you worked with other people just like me, you know my industry, you know my lingo. And even if that's not necessarily the case, it's not all you specialize in, it doesn't have to be. But those are the pieces that I recommend us starting with, Victor, is refining that audience a little bit further, and then we can use AI for this, absolutely. And then let's start sending some sharp messages, and you can again use our team, use your trial, your credits here. I don't what plan, or if you're newer, but you leverage our whole platform here to help you get some success here early on, and then use that to build some momentum. The other question you had there, if you put your cell phone number in there, can you chat with the prospects using your cell phone number? No, unfortunately not. Yeah, this one's internal, Victor. That this one that you're giving your cell phone, that's just in your internal employee. And you're correct in that you would need an external phone number purchased separately if you want to send out like automated or bulk text messages to your own customers. Yes, that would be I have a provider for that that's less expensive than Twilio, and I can almost guarantee approval compared to Twilio stuff, guys. It's a really cool team I met. I know that they're founders and co-founders, and we've gotten some good stuff going on. And I have them in Slack, so it's way better than Twilio now. So if anyone's ever had trouble getting a phone number with Twilio, gotten blocked a bunch of times, or gotten a bunch of hidden fee crap, come talk to us. We can help you there. But Victor, yes, you're absolutely correct. You would need a separate number to send an SMS externally to your own clients. And last thing, everything that we showed, everything that Rob showed with the AI, the lead generation, email validation, the automatic activities, those things do use tokens. Yes, Victor. Okay, any other questions here? I answered the ones here. I just want to make sure I get you taken care of before I move on to the next person.
And the CRM, is that built into the system, or is that something that's generated?
It is completely built into the solution. Dubb.com, guys, has been around almost 10 years now. And we at Dubb, our team, we have only ever used Dubb as a CRM. We don't use other solutions. We don't use a HubSpot. We don't use a Salesforce or anything like that. This is the CRM. It includes your campaigns, automations, tasks, deals, right? Your contact records, keeps track of it, just like any other HubSpot or Salesforce or Pipedrive or other CRMs, right? GoHighLevel. It's a very similar replacement as to any of those tools. And this has been built and tried and tested, for almost 10 years across all of our clients. A lot of people end up switching here to the CRM because they get more support here than they do with really any other CRM company. So people that are like, oh my God, my GoHighLevel does everything. It's like, but I can't do anything with it on my own. So I need some help. And then they switch over here. So that's a common thing as well.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome, Victor. Welcome, my friend. And if you need anything at all, you can join these every single weekday. Rob, Ruben, myself, we're always here, ready, willing, able to support for the time that allows. Thanks, buddy.
And then Darius, we have Rob Gormley and Jai both have their hands up. Rob has a question. I think it was in the chat, but I'm not sure if Jai.
Okay, here. Let me check. Elizabeth 1139, and then Rob 1137. Okay, Rob, and then Elizabeth. Thank you guys for your patience again. You see, I talk really quick. I'm trying to move as fast as I can there. Rob, welcome, buddy. Did we get your mic on yet?
It's on. There we go.
Okay. Let me see. How long does it take to get my videos reviewed? Oh, okay. Feedback at Dubb. Rob, did you get it? Can you peek at those for us while we're here?
Yeah, let me see.
Okay. Take a little peek. Rob, it takes exactly 10 minutes after you ask the second time. No, apologies. it's usually within a 24, possibly 48-hour period. Sometimes we get really busy with a lot of content creation. We're not able to review the open mic or the submissions, but usually within 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes we miss things, right? We're humans. But in fact, let's set up an automation. I'm going to take a little note, just like we did last time.
Oh, there it is, Darius automation. That's perfect, actually. Yeah. There you
go. Set up an automation, and so that when anybody hits feedback at Dubb, we'll have a notification sent to team for review feedback.
I asked Tina to check the feedback. I don't have access to the feedback
Yeah.
email, but I'm just seeing what's
Right. Normally, Rob, our whole support team is good about forwarding it over. I will say also, Rob himself is always open. He says, email me. All the time. He puts his stuff out there. So, but I like using the channels that are there. So you did the correct thing, Rob G, and we'll have feedback there for you today. Let me
Okay, good.
Thanks, brother. Thank you for your patience. Rob and Ina. I want to make sure we're. Oh, Ina's here, right?
Yeah, I've already messaged Ina. Ina's checking right now.
Good. Okay. Thanks, Rob. Okay. Anything else while I have you?
No, not really. I just want to make sure that I've got a bunch of scripts written, and I want to
Okay.
get working on them.
Right.
And but I want
Right. You want
to
some review?
review.
No, absolutely. Thank you for taking advantage of our offer on that. I do apologize that you had a delay here, guys. We want you to have that opportunity, and if needs be, if it's like you're in a hurry, you guys know these are every single day. You can come in here today at 11, 11:15, 11:30 and say, please help me review this script for me, review this landing page, review this funnel before I turn it on. We're gonna do that, right? We're gonna pull you up. We're gonna turn your mic. We're gonna get you support. So. We're doing that right now. In fact, Rob, right here, you're helping us out. He's gonna help Rob. So.
I got the video, so I'm sending this to Rob.
Very good. So stay tuned here, my friend. We got you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Elizabeth, let me turn your microphone on. Okay, it's on. Elizabeth, you should be able to unmute. And then Jai. Hello.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
Beautifully. Okay. I got your question there, right? Could you step through recording a video without a background? Does Dubb provide any neutral backgrounds? Okay, so yes, in a number of ways, but let's talk about why, stuff like that. Which device are you doing, from a mobile device, from your computer? Is it webcam only or screen video? What are you looking at?
This would be through webcam on like a laptop.
Okay.
In the future, not sure. We just joined, so I'm very new.
Got it. Okay, here. I'm going to pull up my screen, and thank you for your great question and your patience and coming and being able to ask for help. Not everyone can do that. So we thank you for your time. Okay. Hit create video here. And this is where I'm assuming we're looking at this option right here on the website, right?
Yes.
Wrong camera. Let's switch over here. Okay, so the way that the one on, I have my multiple cameras here, and it's being used in Zoom. So there we go. So you said, can we use a neutral background or no background? Well, go ahead and say your question again out loud one more time.
Yeah, just a way to record videos and instead take away the background of like the office
okay, so take
space
away
behind me,
right,
and put in a neutral. Yeah,
got it. Okay, so there's two things here. One is the website can do this, but you'll notice actually the website is not bad right now either. There's a couple different ones. So this is that feature I think that you're describing, right? The ability to remove your background. You can upload your own, right? There's a your photos button. There's a thing here you can upload, or you'll have a library of images that you've previously uploaded. So this is that feature. It is available, but I will say two things: that if you're on an older device, or your lighting is not great, right? If it's really low lighting, or if you have like my background right now, it's all one solid color, right? It's this kind of yellow brown color. This has gotten better. I mean, because it's a similar color to my hair, so I'm surprised that it's not causing more issue. But I will say that I'm also on a newer computer, right? Like a 2022 or 23 Mac or something like that, right? It's only a couple of years old and it's a Mac. So it's a decent computer. And I have seen people on older PCs that have had two struggles here. One is the image is not so perfect, right? It is more jumpy, like the edges aren't as nice because the graphics card isn't as good or something. The other thing is there's sometimes a delay because the computer's having to work really hard to do the virtual background. So when they press record, they'll see that their video and their audio aren't perfectly matching. And this is for a number of things. One, maybe the computer's working too hard, but also you see how I have 10, 15 tabs here. We can reduce that, right? We can close down to just fewer tabs, fewer browsers, reducing the computer, that can often help that issue. The last thing also is this is all on just the website. And if you're having issues here, there's a completely different app called the desktop app, like this, dubb.com/desktop app. So for anyone that has ever that issue that I was describing where your browser gets stuck, it's frozen, it's not, it's out of sync, the desktop app is separate from your browser. So you'll see this thing is going to pop up here and it's not connected to my browser. This also has your virtual background options. And so I can replace my background the same way, right click virtual background, blur it or select from an image or something. And so then you'll see it's similar. But this is how this will work on either the desktop or the browser. And if you're having issues in one versus the other, like, oh, the website is out of sync, we can use the desktop app. The last final thing I'll say is if your computer's working too hard to do this, there is the option here to record one other type of way. Let's say, what's your industry?
Detailing.
Sorry, one more time.
Detailing. Like outdoor, indoor cleaning, power washing.
Oh, okay, got it. Like a home services or business services, or both.
Services, yeah.
Okay, got it. So let's say if it was you wanted to show a job that was done, like I'm just pulling up something random here as an example. But you would say, let's find a nice after job, something like this. And let's say this is our team at work or something, right? So I'm going to open this image again, just as a quick example here. The idea is you can record a video, and you don't need to use a virtual background because you can zoom here or pan to the point where, here, I'll turn my virtual off now, where they can't even see what your background is. So you see here, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. And then now all they see is my face, really. And unless I had a TV behind me or something, it's like I could be in a hotel room or something, nobody would really know. So this is the other option, is if your device is struggling with rendering a virtual background, you can do something like this where you pull up an image. And the reason I'm pulling up an image is so it's not just your face, right? So zoomed in. You don't want your face being the size of the whole website. That's kind of weird. So I would pull up something visual and then you're zoomed in here and say, hey, I wanted to record a quick, and you can of course make this a little bit bigger too. So I wanted to tell you the story about this recent job that we did we cleaned this entire, property, whatever. So this is the other thing I'll say is you can use the zooming features on the screen to not need a virtual background as well. So three or four options. I know sometimes multiple options aren't good, but in this case, it's more of a Swiss Army knife. You can choose which tool you're using based on what you're trying to accomplish.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And Elizabeth, are you on a trial or are you on a paid plan yet? Where are you?
On a paid plan.
Okay. Have you had your optimization yet? Your one-on-one?
Yeah. Later today.
Okay, later today. Okay, perfect. So now you can in your one-on-one say, hey, Darius went really fast and he talked really fast and he showed some things that I don't remember any of that, but I know that I want to do that thing, one of the things. So if you just remember that one bullet and tell my team in your one-on-one, they're going to help you be able to do that. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Elizabeth. Okay. I know, Jai, you've been waiting very patiently. And then I think Uncle Dre after that, my friend. Jai, your mic on. Let's see. Where'd you go? There we go. Allowed to talk. What's up, Jai? How's it going? You there? My microphone's on. You can unmute if you're able. If not, I'll look for you in the chat. Okay, Jai, I'm not hearing you. I'm not sure if you had to step out for a minute or your mic is busted or you're communicating something, but I'll come back to you here. Uncle Dre, I'm going to turn you on next. And then I saw Mike Murphy. Uncle Dre, Mike Murphy, and then Jai, if you come back. Let me, Mike, where'd we go? Uncle Dre, there you go, my friend. Okay, you said that desktop app is not installing. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
What type of device are you on?
I'm using a MacBook Pro.
A MacBook Pro. Interesting. What year, make, or is it newer, older? What operating system, I should say?
I think it's SQL something, but I'm not really sure right now.
Did you try to get did you get the desktop app from the link I was showing you, or did you try to get it from the Mac store?
Yes, I was led to that page during my one-on-one onboarding call yesterday.
This
But she
this one here, and I just put it in the chat, dubb.com/desktop-app. That one.
okay, not this. I will try this now.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I thank you for describing. There is, if you like, if you're on Windows or Microsoft and or a Mac, you can go to the Mac and Windows sort of Play Store, App Store things, right? And they have their own ecosystem there. This is separate from that, right? So this our applications for desktops only exist at the dubb.com/desktop website, because we're literally constantly updating that thing. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of bureaucracy and just weirdness with the portals there, for Mac and Windows. Like, you have to go through so many version iterations, they have to review it, and we're putting new versions out like far too often. So all the latest updates are always on the website. So Uncle Dre, let me know if you can get it from that website. If you get stuck, then let me know, because that would be we'll take a closer look. I
De-
mean,
Definitely, that I can also come tomorrow. But I also have another clarity to you mentioned during your speech that you can look into our business and maybe the website and see how uh, we can get support and help. I wouldn't mind that. Can you help to look into my website? I just got certified as a GoHighLevel certified admin, and I am positioning myself as a fractional CEO and
mhm.
operational fiduciary for real estate industry,
Okay.
operating from Helsinki in Finland and
Yeah.
serving solo real estate clients from around the world. My website is pretty nice.
Yeah.
I can share it with you and everything, but I'm just sending LinkedIn outreach now. Today is the first day that I'm writing on LinkedIn and everything. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why I was Paige Bacha introduced
Yeah.
me to Dubb. So
Good.
yeah, because I'm in a community. So Dubb, I really see the efficiency here. And I like the fact that you guys are putting in more effort to also like introduce us and
Yes, sir.
school us through this process and getting it. So I need every help that
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
that I can get.
But the best thing I could say this to is the optimization trainings, guys, are designed for more of a standard setup, right? Like, we help you set up your integrations, import your contacts, set up your Dubb account. But I would say, for the type of support you're asking for, Uncle, or what should I call you, Dre? I don't want to keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah, whatever. That's my
Right?
brand name.
Yeah,
Dre
okay,
or
okay. Uncle Dre's the
yeah.
brand name. Okay, God, I'll just call you Dre. So when you want like technical, strategic, like, hey, I'm trying to talk to this client. I have this marketing campaign I want to deploy. What do you think of this subject? I'd say come back to these rooms, hit that open mic if you want to ask a specific question and have that answer, be answered every time. Or you can come back like you just did today and raise a hand. But I'd say that's where I can guarantee us to be able to provide a higher level of strategy. My team's really smart and they're really great, and we get tons of compliments on them. But I would say, don't do that to them for a favor to me, right? Don't ask them to provide you a strategy, because that's not what their role is entailed. They're like, here, get in, help them set up the stuff, and then for strategy stuff, we can help. So they could probably do it for you, but I'd say don't ask them to do that for strategy wise. We have this every day here for exactly that.
Okay, so tomorrow I can come with that with same request, and I know that I should be able to pay for strategy or whatever, but from the wealth of experience that you already have, I feel like at a
Yes.
glance your team should
That's
be,
exactly it. I would say
yeah,
it's we have these sessions for people that are like, hey, if you need one-on-one support, we have a Pro Plus plan. I'll meet you in one-on-one. If you're
yeah,
like, I'm on a tight budget right now, I'm trying to land some deals before I do whatever else. That's
yeah,
exactly I just need some help every day. We got these
yeah,
sessions to help. We love to help
yeah.
people. So
All
thanks,
right.
buddy.
Then tomorrow I will pitch that then. Thank you so
God,
much, Jaros.
great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Jai, you're back. I saw you're back, Jai. Hello. Working now?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Jai, and
Can you
then
hear me?
yes, sir. Jai.
Hey, yeah. Sorry about that. I was
Okay.
yeah. That was a lead that came in. Love that bio link.
Got it.
I
Got
love
it.
it. Yeah.
Right. No,
Listen.
I mean, compared to Linktree, it's like, how did that thing get so popular? It's just like a bunch of links. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's like the fourth one. That's fourth call I got today. This
Yeah.
one here. I'm waiting on you. But listen. Your Dubb AI. I've been considering this thing right now. Now I don't want to use it for too much. Right.
Yeah.
I'm mainly interested in the texting to it, right? Me texting it, telling them what to do, stuff like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Now, let me ask you, if it works inside the Dubb,
Yep.
if everything it does is just inside Dubb, is that still credits?
Well, it's going to be far fewer credits depending on what you're doing, right? Like if you say like, oh man, there's some really cool stuff.
Send this video out.
Like
Send the intro video out.
We just we just tested this yesterday. Let's say you have a business card of somebody. Take a picture. Oh, you're in your text messages. You take a picture of the business card and you're like, add this person to my Dubb CRM and send them my welcome video called New Investor and log it through my Gmail. Like, that's all possible from now. A text message with a screen, to take a picture and say, go do it. And that would require very little because the video already exists and it's an API push versus the things that cost money with AI are like if you're doing heavy lead gen, heavy research copywriting, because it's the output tokens, guys, are where the cost comes in, right?
Okay.
How much each word that gets written or how much result is generated, like a lead, a verification, a thing, right? A thing was done or so many words were written. But like an API push, like update this contact, create this record, those things are all very inexpensive. So when we're comparing how long it takes a human to open a website and add a contact or something, it's like if you make over $20 an hour, the AI is 10 times more efficient than you at those little,
Okay.
CRM.
So that's what I'm getting to. So
Yeah.
because I remember last time I kind of went a little gun ho crazy on it. It was a new toy. And I just really I don't need to even do a Gmail and they can stay out of there. I got other AIs to do that. But just maintaining my Dubb and organizing it for me. And can it create a workflow?
Okay, so it can. I'm literally talking to my developer every day about this capability as well because it's. I think the number one sort of request at this point is, can it build the automations for us? And
Yes,
so it
can we do that?
It can do about 50% of the work, right? It can create the scripts, it can create the subjects, the bodies, but what it can't do right this minute is it can't go and create the actual email template. I think that's coming very soon. And then the last thing that it really can't do is the visual connection of like, okay, day one, here's the trigger. And then 3 days later, we're going to check if they watched and go, if then, like that stuff, it can't. I'm not sure how far away it is from building that yet. But the components that go into it, it can already create, right? Today, it can create the scripts, the subjects, the bodies. Someone has to come hit record or hey, Jen, or whatever. And then to put the actual Lego blocks together, that's easy for our team to do, right? Humans, like myself, that's the easy part now. You used to be creating the content was hard. It's all pretty much easier now. But to answer your question directly, it can do 50% of a workflow. The other half is putting the blocks together with in recording the videos and then connecting the dots together. Those two things still require a person.
But now it can send out. Now remember, I still got my dial pad. Dial pad will work, right?
Yeah, you could have Dialpad, SendGrid, Gmail, whatever, connected to Dubb.com, and you have a workflow built that says send this 3-step SMS automation. And instead of using a ton of tokens and credits and whatever to try to send 3 automatic messages to people in the cloud, you would spend 10 cents or whatever, right? 10 penny little things and say, take these 10 contacts and add them to my new investor workflow, and then it drops them into the SMS thing. So to your point, Jai. Now, guys, I want to add a caveat here. Jai is very, very advanced with AI.
Right.
Jai has
that's because of you. That's because of
every
you.
AI tool. Yeah, if they've explored every AI tool, every single, like they've tried them. He told me about it, half of them. I was like, I haven't looked at that one yet. And he's doing it for like what, almost 2 years now, right? You know, experimenting with tools, agents, bots. So I don't want you to be intimidated or saying, well, man, he's able to orchestrate 15 of these things. Don't get ahead of yourself yet. So, and don't be intimidated as well. I'd say you can be like one of our clients here, Mark, who has never used an AI thing and is now using AI almost every day. So anyway, I always add that, guys, because these rooms that we host have everybody from brand new people to multi-year experts. And so with that being said, just, be aware of that. Everyone's in their own level. Someone's day one is somebody else's day 10 or whatever. And so anyway, just be aware of that.
And Darius, now according to Coach Rob over there, he told me that I don't have to be in that stupid Slack anymore. I can do everything right from inside my thing because I saw it in there. I just click it.
Almost every single thing. Ruben, what's still missing from Slack? I can't even image preview. Like, we got everything in that was in Slack now, right? I guess there's a couple of little Slack has some really cool stuff that they've built in there. Like I don't know, a little floating icon that shows that the AI is thinking. I don't know. There's this little niceties, but all the really cool core features like images.
There's a lot of functionality in there. I don't know what we're missing. Yeah. I actually have
go ahead.
I have a tutorial that I wanted to share with you all. And Darius, one of the things that I love that you mentioned is this idea of how we can calculate what our time is worth. And when we understand what our time is worth, then we can start to say, I am ready to invest into AI. So there's a really rigorous training that I have here that I'd love to take y'all through. I want to make sure that we've cleared out all the questions before
I got one more thing with Michael there, which is what we were just chatting about too. But so are you ready to go as soon as we're off?
Yeah, I've got a couple of new things every day. I'm trying to elevate. I'm trying to upgrade here.
Right.
I'm gonna try some new screen sharing. I've got an iPad next to me with a new iPad pencil. Shout out to Rob Bots. So stay tuned for that. Let's see if it works.
Okay. So Ruben's teed up. Michael, I'm just gonna turn your thing on there real quick, and then because it's related questions. I think we were just talking about, but I wanted to confirm.
It seems I just wanted to. First off, it's amazing. On the 31st, I should have done more of these, but I gave it all the information about one of the new products. It's AC flush for residential HVAC.
I'm hearing about that. We got one other person who's like,
oh, really? Yeah, part of my group.
Yep.
Keep going. Smart Connect Biz. It's what it's through. But yeah. So I uploaded the flyer. I gave it a NEPQ script from 7th level.
Yeah, I love that guy. Yep.
Yeah, I gave it a whole bunch of information about that and the whole NEPQ black book of closing and questions, all that.
Yeah.
And then the top 50 objection handling. So I fed it all that information in the website.
Beautiful.
And it created everything.
Yeah, I love
within a few minutes.
Oh my God. Were you dropping this before I was saying it or at the same time? Because that's literally exactly what I was just saying. I was like, it can do you just like give it all the pieces and it can do except for the last little bit, right? Except
that's the thing is I got a lot of work to do now that it gave me all this done for me stuff.
Yes, sir. Well, it's a couple copy and paste, right? Well, besides the recording piece, guys, I don't like to understate or overstate. It's becoming more important than it was 5 years ago, even.
Oh, yeah, it put them in the prompter already.
Oh, it's perfect. Yes.
Yeah, it dropped everything in there. It dropped a whole bunch of the scripts. My scripts, I used to have a lot of scripts before, but it like tripled them because I have a script for everything for this project. Right and so it only costs like 6,400 credits, all that work it did. Like it did the whole everything for me. Even
oh my God.
A it didn't do it like it's an app, but it can use the information it provided. It was a PDF that'll show me a tool to show numbers. Like if they have 10 techs doing so many a day, it'll give them the how much volume they would have and all that. So it's amazing.
Wow. I'm just Ruben's. We're about to bring him up for this exact topic, which is what does it look like when you're trading time for money? And something like this, guys, having been doing this for at least 10 years, the automations, workflows, I can't tell you how much time that used to take.
Oh, I never even did it because it would take too long.
Exactly. It was like
I didn't have the bandwidth in my brain to do it. And because I've talked about it and I just never did it. Until AI told me they would give me once they started giving me scripts, ChatGPT, before you even did this.
Right.
I would just have them give me scripts and I'd copy and paste.
Right.
But now, this is just incredible.
So
that's all. Just fix that part. Make it so that it can do everything for me.
Yeah, right. I'm there right there with you, my friend. We're trying. We're working on it.
That'd be great. Because
this video, the video that I'm going to do is going to be very relevant for what you just said. Awesome that you mentioned that. Let's get into this. Darius, are we good?
We're ready. I think we have something follow up after, but we're ready for your piece right now.
No. If you have any questions in the audience, let's just take those first. It's fine.
Well, I think Rob just mentioned something. Let me see. He said, other Rob. Rob, what I think you said you have some notes to add to Rob's piece, though, right?
Yeah, we've got some Rob on Rob. Yeah, I got notes for Gormley.
Because Rob G asked for video feedback, Ruben.
Oh, I got you.
I don't know. Do you want to deliver that right now, or do we want to have Rob? After?
Rob, do you have could you do a video training on your notes?
Let me think.
Or is it too specific? Like, is it general enough to give feed, or is it?
You can use that as the example as well if you'd like. It's up to you.
Rob G, are you okay with me showing your videos? You all right if I pull it up?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. All right, yeah. Let me do that. So let me see here. All right. Let me go here. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me go back and I'll share my screen. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up, Rob, I'm going to set this up as a training video. I'm going to use yours as an example, and we're just going to have a little back and forth because I'm just going to explain some stuff on a few things.
Okay.
Okay. So let me go here. Spotlight. There we go. Okay. So here's a training video on how to record a video when you're reaching out and doing prospecting with screen recording, along with having a hook in your messaging. So it's all about connecting with the hook, and it's all about connecting visually as well as you're reaching out. So we're going to use a specific example here. We have our friend Rob, who's with us here at Dubb, and he made these two videos that we're just going to review really quickly and just give some specific notes and best practices on these right here. So let me share my screen, and here we go. Rob, can you see my screen? Rob G, you should be able to see my screen. We're good? Okay. So this example right here, let's first look at the visual. So right here, Rob is using on the Dubb mobile app, he is using the whiteboard feature, and you can make it a blackboard too. So the black is kind of cool sometimes. You can have that good background. It stands out. The best, not the biggest. Now, I believe we can make the text slightly bigger. I haven't played with that too much in terms of pinching or a sequence on that, but I would make it a little bit bigger, a little bit closer to camera when it first begins. A little bit tough to read, but it was a very good idea in terms of the hook because that's their phrase for this particular heating company, Heat and Airing, is they want to be the best, not the biggest, which you mentioned in the video. So having this important hook is very, very important. We have an AI tool called Dubb Agent, which you can chat with and create a hook with that, or any other AI tool that you're using. The hook is very important. And also the visual part of this, Rob's chosen to be on the actual company site here, which is great. Now, the thing that would be the tutorial part of this in terms of just slight adjustment would be when you begin recording a video. I'm just going to hit play here, Rob, and we're going to see here. Ready?
Go ahead.
Okay, so a slight adjustment there. So that was about how many? It was about 9 seconds. Okay, so just when you're recording a video that looks like this, when you record a Dubb video, and I'll show you this as an example right here inside here, this example right here. Okay, this is the same thing. This is a screen recording video. Notice how I'm holding up the hook, but I'm talking at the same time. When you're recording a video with Dubb, in any way that you record, the first 3 seconds will be captured as the preview, but you just continue recording the video. So you want to speak as the video begins, as you're holding that up. So how that would look would be something like this. If I was over here, let's just grab here. Let's see, let's go. I'll use this as an example. I'll open up the Dubb Chrome extension here, which is a browser-based screen recorder. And now I'm on the page, and I'm going to get the hook on the Dubb mobile app, D-U-B-B-A-P-P, Dubb app is what you're going to get here. And there's a little whiteboard feature where you can type, okay? I switched the hook to the 41%, Rob, because I like your hook on the 41%. Are you missing that? We'll talk about that in a second. But regardless, you get the hook, you turn it, you have it in here, okay? Now, the key to this working is when I hit record, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to hit record over here. I'm going to choose, let's go. I think I'm right there. There I am. 3, 2, 1 countdown. It'd be like this. Hey, I look 41%. Let me do that again. Hold on. I screwed up on the hook. But my point is going to be is when you hit record, you're going to keep talking. So it would be like this. 41%. That is so important because I don't know if you realize this or not, because you guys have a great business from what I've seen here on your site. 41% is the percentage in a recent study of missed call and sales opportunities. There were issues that happened with heating and cooling, and no one was available. Imagine being able to have an AI service that can answer all those questions in real time and get appointments set. That's what you have to think about what you're missing here. The point is, when I hit record, I'm going to hit the save button down here at the bottom. When you hit record, hold the hook up, reference it, because you said be the best, not the biggest. I agree with you. Let's be the best, not the biggest. I love that on your site. The point is, when you hit record, you got to start speaking and then just point and do your thing and bring it out of camera. Hold it up for just a couple seconds and bring it down. That way, in the animated preview, you'll be able to see the movement, but I'm also talking. So when we play it back, 41%, that is so important. That way there's not that dead space, Rob, where you're just holding it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure does.
You just want to eliminate that. And that's a big part of it there. Also, let me click back over here where we were. In terms of the story that you had in there, which I thought was really good. You were talking about taking care of your mom, and there was that issue that happened and how much money that would cost, and the scenarios we had the doors closing. All of that's really good for connection. I think there's probably just a conjuncted version of it you can do that's a little bit shorter, because at the end of the day, you're connecting with a personal story, but at the same time, you got to get right to the reason they're watching the video. Because right now, the length is about 2 minutes and 11 seconds. I would get that down to a minute, maybe less, to get right into it. And I think the efficiency of the message will make a big deal. In terms of the visual that you chose on the page, I think on here, Rob, is there somewhere it has that expression right on their site? Is it on the visual
Yeah,
here?
I sort of
Oh, it's right here.
made
I
it.
see it right here.
Yeah.
But the
Okay.
best way, it's in here. Okay, I got it right there. Yeah, and
Hey,
that,
John,
yeah.
Rob Gormley here with News.
Okay. And then also, if you want to as well, this is something that you can do at the same time. Let me go back to this video here. You can, when you record, you can use the annotations. So if you have a situation where, let's see, it won't let me go on top here. Hold on, let me go back over here. Okay, I'm gonna hit the record button here. There we go. You can use the annotations. So if you have something that you want to point out, you can point out with the annotations what you're looking at. So if you want to point out some version of what's happening, like that expression, you can actually point that out on the page, which makes a lot of sense. So I would say from a notes perspective, brevity, minute or less. When you're holding up that hook, start speaking when the video begins and reiterate that hook. The end, you had a good CTA. You said, hey, click below to book a time in my calendar, and there it is right there. So that works very well. In terms of sending this video out, just make sure you have a good hook in your subject line. We talk about, you're sending it by email, right, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you want to make sure that you have this right here. We talk about this all the time. It's this. You want to make sure you have the word video in the subject line, rare that you see it, and then you want to have your hook right here. And then you can have similar hook right there. You can have up here, hey, you're the best, but you're not the biggest, or don't want to be the biggest. You could relate it to that. So I think you're on the right path in terms of the hook. I also think for efficiency purposes, this is something to think about. If you wanted to record just the opening to, because if you like, how many personal videos do you do for these, Rob? How many a day do you do?
Well, I'm just starting, but I've got about 20 scripts ready to go.
Okay, and they're all personalized, like different
Yeah.
companies that you looked up with their site. Okay, um, okay, then look, it's really a choice of do you want to do individual ones like you've done, which are great. Who doesn't love individual videos? You know, if you want to be able to do those, talking about specifically about the company, or you could, if you wanted to, take the opening, the hook, and just do the hooks, right? Where you're on their site, you're saying the hook, okay? And then it could cut to this your standard walkthrough where you talk about the 41% that's being missed, the issue that with your mom and that whole situation, it's a kind of conjuncted version of that. And then you can just combine the two things together. Um, the ultra short way is that you could use the Dubb desktop app as a screen recorder, and you could have one video you record that always focuses on the 41%. So where if you record it at once and say 41%, I was just checking out your site right here, and that's what a lot of AC and heat companies miss. And I can see you've got a great site right here. So in other words, you're saying stuff, but you're not, it sounds like you're talking right about that site right there, but you have a nice general video that you could put on top of anything that would definitely work. So it's just a choice of how specific do you want to get and how do you want to record it. Does that make sense, Rob?
Yes, it does. And the sort of that long area right at the beginning where I talk about moving to California, I'm trying to tell these people that I know a lot about Texas because
Yeah.
I'm, you know, I want to make it sound like I'm one of them, which I really am because I spent 40 years in Texas.
It's a great, I think the efficiency is just for the line. Or Rob, just put a cowboy hat on when you begin. That way, right away they know. No, no kidding. But I would do the just shorten it. That's all you need to do is just shorten it. You could
Yeah.
say, been in California, but I'm from Texas. Just something as simple as that, and I know the area. That's all you have to say. And then you can even shorten the story with your mom. Say, listen, I was taking care of my mom. We had an incident happen that cost 18 grand to get it fixed. I mean, just something that stands out in their head, and it's just shorter. So you can use Dubb Agent, the AI, give it the script and say, shorten this. Because the scripts that
Okay.
you have now, you have 20 of them. I would just short them down to start like a minute, just put it to a minute or less.
Yeah.
And then your
Dubb AI
delivery.
wrote the scripts.
Yeah. Just shorten it. Give it back to Dubb. Did you use Dubb Agent? What did you use?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Say, hey, Dubb Agent, do me a favor. Shorten this. I want it to be a minute or less. Just be very specific with the notes, and I would just make those adjustments. But I think the whole idea is shortness, hook, get right into it. No dead space when
Yeah.
you're doing it. Get right into it because you got their attention. I would want to know what the 41% is. I would think it's cool that you use my phrase. I want to know what about it? Was there something in the phrase that I missed, or did like it, not like it? There is that curiosity factor.
Yeah. Good.
Does that make sense, Rob?
It does.
Yeah,
Having
and then
their,
just
I think having their website there is very important.
great.
And missing the 41% is important.
It's
So,
fantastic. Yeah.
yeah,
Nothing like curiosity with a number and being on their page, That those are
yeah,
two big steps you've done that are great. And if you want to, when you redo one, I would just start with one, redo it. And then if you want to send it over to feedback, then I'll get right back to you on it.
okay, I'll do that today.
Does that help?
Yes, sir. Sure
Sure.
does.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thanks. And that's what you want to do in terms of screen recordings. We do in prospecting, pull up someone's site, use the Dubb extension, the Dubb Chrome extension screen recorder, put yourself in a bubble, use the Dubb app, Dubb mobile app, have your whiteboard right there with your hook. Brevity, minute or less, get right into it, let them relate, and have a strong CTA at the end where you want them to book a time in your calendar.
I can see that I need to put the whiteboard down here a little lower, not
Yeah,
right in
look,
front of my face.
Rob, you could do a reveal. There's nothing wrong with a reveal. It depends on how you want to do it. I mean, with LinkedIn outreach, you could do a fun one with the bubble. But you could, if you have it here, right? The light's kind of hitting it, but it's reversed in the Zoom. But if you had it here, and then it's all about starting. Like if they see it, give them a second or two to read it, point to have some action, and then come just like this. It all depends on how creative you want to get with it. I would
Yeah,
just, the big note is start speaking when it's happening, and then
yeah.
just keep going. That would be the big note.
Okay, great. Thank you. I
Cool.
love
Yeah,
it.
you're welcome. Yeah, perfect. Ruben or Darius, who's up next? What do we got?
Yeah, I've got a nice video training for us on routines
Oh, perfect.
that I'd like to get into. All right, are we good to rock and roll here? I've got some new tech, some new presentations, some new tools here.
Ruben, you're excited. Entertain us. Let's go. What do you got?
Hey, sometimes people want the energy, not the answer.
Oh, Ruben, why didn't you tell me that before I just gave the answer with that? Oh man, forget it. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
Sometimes they want the energy, not the answer. Okay, so I'm going to get into this now. Am I just a little bit of testing here? I'm going to go ahead and share my iPad screen here. I just want to make sure that you are all able to see. Actually, hold on. Sorry. Let me do this one thing. Stand by. Okay, so if I share like this, if I share, stand by, bear with me, you guys. This is going to be kind of cool once I map this out. Okay, if I go to Zoom, okay, so let me pivot. Hold on, sorry. All right, so if I click my sharing iPad with cable, can you see my iPad? Yes or no?
Big yes.
Yes.
All right, that's what I was trying to do. This is the party trick here. Okay. So this is the first time I've set this up. Honestly, I have to do a training video on how to do this, which maybe I will. Okay, here we go. All right. Now, guess what I did? You'll never believe it. I asked Dubb Agent to help me write an outline for my script. So I can sort of stay on on topic here. Okay, here we go. Can you guys see my camera?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So there is a lot of actually, you know what? Let me do this one thing. Let me adjust my camera right here. Is Rob, is that okay, or is my head getting cut off?
I actually preferred it when you were closest to the camera. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's
Is
getting the lid. It's like the top of your lid, but
Oh,
you can't
okay.
see
So
you can't
let
see
me
the
just do a
dust.
quick adjustment here. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, tilt your head down slightly, or maybe
Oh, well,
bring your
it's
eyes out a
okay.
little bit.
I'll just do this. Is that okay?
Yeah, you're in the frame. Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into this. I'm going to do a video training on agentic and why it is so important. So a lot of people talk about using AI. They're so excited to use their AI, but the fact of the matter is that let me get my mic in here. The fact of the matter, let me start over. Um, People are excited about AI. The fact of the matter is that most people are using AI for not what it's capable of doing. Okay. Most people use AI as a search engine replacement. AI has transcended that level of functionality by leaps and bounds since it was really popularized for us. Now we have something absolutely glorious called agentic. Agentic is agent technology. Okay. So if you ask a lot of folks, what are you using your AI for? Typically, what they'll say is, I use it for copywriting. I use it for strategy. I use it for advice. I use it for web searches. I use it to find certain things and to do research on things that I don't want to spend time searching on the web for, right? And that makes sense to me. And we should all use AI for all those things. It makes sense. In fact, Google has completely and totally leaned into this. And now if you go to Google, it's AI. It's not those blogs that we used to read. It's a lot of the times it's not the YouTube videos that we used to watch. It's now just an AI response, all integrated through their Gemini technology. Okay. The problem with this, the problem with this, the problem with this idea is the fact that people think that that's what AI is capable of doing. AI is capable of doing so many more things. And in fact, it's very easy to leverage this type of technology so that we can incorporate this AI tech into our technology and our workflow. Okay. So the thing that I want to talk about today is this idea of routines. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. All right. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So when we think about routines, we think about two types of routines. The first thing that we think about is this idea of a recurring routine. And the second thing that we think about is a one-time routine. So a recurring routine is something that's going to go over and over and over again every single day. It's going to be a loop. And a one-time thing is just simply a check, right? So the great thing about a routine is that you can say, hey, Dubb agent, every day at 8 a.m., I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to do lead gen. I want you to schedule, and I want you to email. Okay, those are the three things that I want you to do at 8 a.m. Okay, one time we say, I want you to go and generate prospects. Okay, so that's a one-time thing. Okay, now I want to focus on two of these things. The one time is very easy to do. Okay, the benefit of this is that you can really schedule this. You can say, I want you to schedule this. I want you to go and do this one thing. I'm going to give you all the information that's relevant for this task and go and get it done. We've seen so many amazing success stories with this. Okay, so to go and schedule a one-time routine, there's a lot of different things that you can do. You can say, I want you to create a one-time routine to go in and scan all my YouTube videos, get all the transcripts, and write blogs from those. Or I want you to go and generate a list of leads on my ideal client profile and to populate my spreadsheet or to populate my CRM so that I ultimately can have targeted prospects to whom I can pitch. Okay. It works really well. If you want to access routines right now, if you want to create a routine for your business, I encourage you to visit your Dubb agent account, which is ai.dubb.com, and then click on the link in the left navigation. And that is what that's what's going to allow you to go ahead and pull those up. So let me share my screen. If you notice right here on the left side, you have routines. There are two tabs. The first routine that I'm talking about is this idea of a one-time routine. You schedule it, it occurs in the future, and it's glorious. It works really well. Sort of like a scheduled task, okay? Now, the next type of routine that I want to get into is the idea of a recurring routine, okay? Recurring routines is where the money is at, and I'd like to tell you why. Earlier in this call, one of the things that someone said is, I don't know if I want to invest into agentic. I don't know if I want to spend all this money on AI credits. I say my philosophy on this is very simple. My philosophy is imagine if you hired an assistant today. The first question you would ask is, how much are you going to pay this person? Is it $2,000 a month? Is it three? Is it four? Is it $5,000 a month? How much are you going to pay this person that's sitting right next to you to go and do your jobs? Okay. The second thing you might ask yourself is, what is it that this person is going to do? Are they going to generate leads, generate proposals, email those proposals, update the calendar, send a calendar link, get the bookings, update the CRM, and just go into this routine every single day to ultimately drive more revenue? This is a really important question to ask yourself. How much are you going to pay them, and what are they going to do? Okay, let me go ahead and share my iPad screen here. So the thing that we mentioned is this idea of a recurring routine, okay? I want you to picture this. So here's my goal. My goal is to make money in my sleep, okay? What I want to do is I want to wake up to leads. One of my good friends, Jeffrey Gitomer, the king of sales, he wrote the Little Red Book of Selling and the Sales Bible, best-selling book. He sold over 1 million copies. He has a great quote, and I'd like to share that quote with you. He says, people don't want leads, they want a sale. People don't want leads, they want a sale. Think about that for a second. It doesn't excite us to wake up in the morning and just see a bunch of leads in a spreadsheet or in a CRM. What does that mean? It just means we have work to do. Leads means work. Sales, on the other hand, is a product of everything that we've done within our funnel to activate something that ultimately gets to our desired outcome, a sale. Okay, that is the celebration. That is when the deal is aligned, it's been master crafted, and it's been closed. We don't want leads, we want sales. Now, of course, we know we have to generate leads in order to get a sale. But the thing that I want to present is this idea of having your agent, your Dubb agent, do this for you. Okay, let's go back to the iPad. So what I want you to think about is every day at 5 a.m., here's what I want my Dubb agent to do. The first thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to research companies. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to research companies. Okay. The second thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to generate qualified leads. Okay, I wanted to generate qualified leads. The third thing I wanted to do is to update a spreadsheet or my CRM. Okay. The fourth thing I wanted to do is to validate the phone numbers and the emails. Okay. And then number 5 over here, I wanted to email them, email leads with my calendar. Okay. This is what I want my routine to be every single day at 5 a.m. I want to wake up when I get to my desk at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., whatever it is. I want to come to my desk and I want to have a calendar that's filled with appointments. That's what I want. That's what my goal is. I want every day to be filled up. The great thing about building a routine is that this is exactly what you can do. This requires a certain mindset update. Okay. The thing that I recommend that you do is to draw your business. The reason why I've chosen to draw this and to make this visual is because I want to encourage you all to start to draw your business. What does your funnel look like? Where do leads come in? How do they get nurtured? How do you provide high value content, engagement, meetings, touch points to be able to build value, build trust with them? And then ultimately, how do you master craft your deal and close that to make a sale? How do you do that? What are the steps involved with that? Because what I want to present you with is this idea of using your agent to orchestrate every single one of those steps. Your lead gen, your nurturing, your research, your outbound emails, your outbound SMS, your calendar bookings, your follow-ups, your CRM updates, and everything under the sun. Because that, my friend, is what AI can do. It can be your agent. In fact, it can be your team of agents. And that is what I want to leave you with all. Please go to ai.dubb.com, click on routines on the left side, create your recurring routines and create your one-time routines and get into this. You can update these too. You can iterate these. You can start to improve them and make them better with time. You can start to really craft them. So ultimately, they have what you want, which is a perfectly automated funnel so that you can wake up and say, I've got a calendar full of appointments and I'm ready to go. Rob?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Ruben. That was great. Nice
Yeah.
job on the iPad. I was waiting for you to sketch out some kind of action going on. Maybe like the stick figure kind of walking through point and stuff.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'll leave that one up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darius, I have a training video on something else, but I mean, do you have anything question wise or anything you want to cover?
Oh, I got one I wanted to do on email templates. So
I can go after you if you want. It's up to you, whatever you want to do.
go ahead. Yeah.
All right, this is one about the recording videos for socials. Let me share here. Okay. Here's a training video on how to record a video using Dubb Agent, the AI tool, and also using the Dubb mobile app. So when you record a video, whether it's for social or it's for an ad, this is the kind of sequence that you would use for that. So number one, you want to start in this area right here. I'm going to share my screen, and this is where a lot of this begins. Share here. This is Dubb Agent at ai.dubb.com. And what you can do here is you can communicate with Dubb Agent right there, right here. And Dubb Agent does the doing, as we like to say. It writes scripts, which we're going to look at in a second. It gets leads. It updates your CRM. It creates assets. It does all kinds of things. So the workflow we're going to look at here is creating a script, but we're going to use the SMS feature on Dubb Agent, which is right here. So if you scroll down here at the bottom and click account, when you have 7-day free trial, 25,000 AI credits, we also have 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 300 bucks entries after that. So what you can do here is when you go to account, you're going to link your phone number, which is right here. Okay. And then you're also going to link Dubb, which is Dubb Studio, which is this right here. This is where videos are recorded, landing pages are created, videos are sent out, there's tracking. Both are interactive with each other and they are connected through an integration with each other. So the reason I say this is because this is access to the Dubb Studio. Now, when you connect your phone number, now you're going to be able to communicate with Dubb Agent. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to create a script, right? We need a script. So to have a script, this is what this is going to look like. So I'm going to share my screen on my phone and I'm going to show my text message. Once I connect my phone, Dubb Agent is going to send me a message. And this is what the request is from me. So let me share my screen here. And this is what this looks like. Notice that I've saved Dubb Agent in my phone at the top. It says Dubb Agent. I have it saved in there because it's my new best friend. And then my request is this, because we want a script to be written. All right. So I'm saying write a 30-second script about the power of Dubb Agent and how this AI tool can get more leads and increase my business. Please open with a hook. That's important. And please end the call with a call, end the script with a call to action. It's going to be get your free trial, 25,000 AI credits. So what Dubb Agent did, texted me back pretty quickly and said, okay, give me some questions here. What do you got? Boom, there's the script. It's out here. Want me to take this further? That's a big thing that Dubb Agent does. It provided the script here. It says, do you want me to save this to Dubb scripts inside of Dubb Studio? Because the plan is I'm going to take this script, load it into a teleprompter, and then I'm going to deliver it to camera. So what's going to happen here is it says, yeah, I want you to do it. Great. Boom. Yes, please do that. And it does that. And it also provides me a link showing that the scripts have been saved. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the scripts. I'm going to share my screen right here. Let's check this here. And let's make sure that Dubb Agent did exactly what it was supposed to do. So let's pop over here and we'll go right into Dubb Studio and let's go right over here under assets and let's say, hey, do we see that script in here? Let's go to scripts. Yeah, it's right there. You can see it right here. I can even edit the script if I want to, but it did just what it was supposed to do. So SMSing with Dubb Agent to create a script, 30 seconds long, boom, it's done and it's saved. Now, the recording part of this, I could record this from a webcam. I could do a screen recording. But since this is going to be for social media in the vertical format, I'm going to go Dubb Mobile. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. And once you have the Dubb mobile app, D-U-B-B-A-P-P, Dubb app, then you'll be able to do what I'm going to show you right here. So let me share my screen. And this is what this looks like. Okay, so here is the Dubb mobile app, Dubb app. Now I am gonna check, right? We can check our scripts, right? We already know it's in there, but if I wanted to check, I could click assets, scripts, and I'm sure it's gonna be in there. Boom, it's right there, okay? So I'm gonna tap the blue camera button at the bottom to record, and it's gonna open up my camera. Now, the big thing we always talk about is number one, you want to make sure you have good lighting when you're recording this. So whether you have natural lighting or a ring light or a combination of both. In terms of framing for any kind of social media videos, and this is for ads, because remember, we want to do this for social and for ads. If we're going to do this, we talk about hooks all the time. What we're going to say is a hook, but visuals are a hook as well. So I could begin at this angle right here. I know it sounds kind of funny, but I could start the video just like this. And that's a visual scroll stopping hook. We're going to be something like this. I could hold my phone, start the video, then place it on something like a selfie stick. And now it's still. So any kind of movement to begin when you start, that's very much a scroll stopper. So you want to consider that as well when you're recording that initially in terms of the physical movement. The other thing is your sound. So if you have a mic, like if I have this mic right here, this one, I can keep it slightly out of camera frame and it's good enough where it's going to get the sound the way I want it. So good quality sound. I also technically, depending on the style, I could have it right in frame like this and do like a podcast kind of thing. I could turn to the side, do one of these things. I could do that style. Now, if you do have a mic, like you have the little clip-on mics that are very popular to use, and the style that is very popular is to hold the mic in your hand like this. You see a lot of creators and people do that, and people that record videos for ads and social. If you're going to do this, make sure you have it plugged into your phone, depending on the type that you get. We have a dubb.com/gear is what we like to use. And then you can pin it here if you're here, but if you're holding it, this is the key to holding it. I like to talk a lot with my hands, so for me, I have to focus a little bit more when I'm doing this because if I was holding the mic here and I was talking, I said, listen, the most important, and that's really what I feel about that. That would be horrible, but that's what would happen. So I have to remind myself to keep it here. The distance is usually the hang loose sign, kind of like this right here, and you get that nice ASMR feeling going on when you have it right here. So you don't need to really lower, raise your voice a lot because the mic is here. So if you choose to do that style, that works really well. Now, in terms of delivering a UGC style of ad or social post, you want to do less of the presenter type mode. And here I go into my present mode and blah, 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 right? You want to have more of the authentic feel in terms of what you're saying. Like if I say, oh, man, I need to get some leads. I'm up sleepless nights. I really got to get some leads. Or just something related to how you would authentically, like you're talking to a friend out there and they're connecting with you. That's really what these are about. Whether they're recorded in your car, which is a great studio for sound, handheld is really nice. It feels like you're right here with me when I'm talking to you about it. Now, in our case, when we do ads or we do social posts, we have the ability to lean on some editors in terms of some B-roll when we do our ads. But you have the ability with the mobile app to do B-roll, which is pretty cool, which I'll show in a second if you want to do that. But if it's direct to camera, those are the things you want to focus on, okay? Visual hook, start it, scroll, stop it, and then you're going to have the choice of holding the mic, having a mic out of frame a little bit, having good lighting, being authentic, not being, I'm just going to read a script. You want to be you, okay? That's big with these. Now, in terms of the script that we wrote, right? Dubb Agent took care of that, right? How are we going to use the teleprompter to do this? Well, right over here to the right is a teleprompter. Tap this here, and then we're going to see our script. So you can see it right there. Boom. I can edit it if I want to make any changes. If not, I'm just going to click on it. And here's my script. Now you have a couple choices here. So see how I can move my script up and down like this? This is important because if you're trying to read a script, you want to keep your eyes closest to the camera. So we want the words up towards the top so it doesn't look like we're looking down here. Now there is a speed that you can use for auto scroll. It's right here. Okay, it's between 1 and 10. So I can hit the play button to test my speed to see if I like it. If I'm waiting on the words, then it's going too slow. If you feel like you're going too quickly, you probably are. Now, as far as the pinching, you can make them bigger, smaller, the words, depending on what you like. But the idea is you want to have the script kind of pushed up here. So you're not having it here where you're reading it all the way down to the bottom. This is kind of how you want to have it positioned. So when you hit record, it would look something like this. This is the first option. This is auto scroll. What if your leads came in while you slept? That is what my Dubb agent does. Finds me leads, finds personalized video I've recorded. It sends it to them. So see how I'm following it as it's going? That's a scroll speed. Now, for these, depending on the style, there are days I like auto scroll. I like going with the rhythm, but auto track is good as well. And if you are trying to do something, right? How many videos do you see where someone's making a drink, they're down there, they're doing their makeup or they're doing something that's causing some activity. Maybe I'm looking at my Jaws barrel here from the movie Jaws. Pretty cool. I'm talking about this and I'm doing something while I'm talking. Trying to do something while you're reading the teleprompter is pretty advanced in terms of doing that combination. But if you do decide to do that combination, that's where you want to go right over here to the little gear icon. And that's where you want to go to auto track because auto track is going to move the words as I speak them. So when I say the words, it's going to go at my pace. So if I need to look down at some blueberry, ice cream I'm making or whatever, I can look right back up and just check and see what the line is. So if I hit record, this is what this would look like. What if your leads came to you while you slept? That is what Dubb does, my Dubb AI agent. So see how I can check the script and it's moving with me when it's highlighting the words? That gives me the ability to pause and not say anything and come right back up and deliver that if I want to. So if you are doing something while you're trying to read the teleprompter, auto track is really good. Or if you just want to use auto track anyway, it gives you the ability to read it and the words will be highlighted. So it's really a choice of what you're more comfortable with, auto track or auto scroll. Now, as far as what I just recorded, I'm gonna delete these. We record in clips on the mobile app. See these clips down here at the bottom? I'm gonna delete these right here. Just want to show you something. So let's just take this as an example. All right, I'm gonna read this with auto scroll, but I'm gonna show you what this means when I'm done. What if your leads came to you while you slept? That's what my Dubb agent does. It finds me leads, my personal video I recorded, it sends them out, and it's really just, it's the perfect moment. See how I was pausing? I was pausing on purpose in there, okay? Because this has a really cool feature on the Dubb mobile app, which is called auto cut. So if I select this little blue button here at the top, see that where it says I have 5 pauses? This is pretty cool. If you want to do this, this is like a jump cut kind of style. I'm going to select this here. If your leads came to you, it's going to give your leads came to you while you slept. That's what my Dubb agent does. It finds me leads, my personal video I recorded, it sends them out, and it's really just, it's the perfect moment. See how it got rid of all the pauses? If you want that kind of style, you can totally do that with that. Now, that's the direct to camera. That's you speaking like this, right? That's hey, I'm talking right to you. This is UGC. Now, I also could do something like this, and I'll show you this part right here. Because I say, because the Dubb mobile app records in scripts, this is kind of a cool function. So I'm going to delete this one here, and I'm going to put this together like this. Ready? Here's my script. See this opening line? What if your leads came to you while you slept? I'm just going to say that opening line. Watch. What if your leads came to you while you slept? There's one clip, okay? Now, on this next line, that is what my Dubb agent does, okay? It finds me leads, all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, watch this. So I'm going to use this down the bottom. See this right here? This is picture in picture. So when I select this, this is going to record what's in front of me. So now right here, I can do my own little B-roll if I want to do this, okay? So I can do something like this. I'm going to grab my script, right? You can see it there. And I'm going to say this line right here. That is what my Dubb agent does. Ready? I'm going to hit record, and here we go. That is what my Dubb agent does. It finds me leads, it finds personal videos that I've recorded, and I'm able to send it out and get the reporting on the video. Now, I technically could have gone to another clip showing inside Dubb Studio where the recordings are. I could have done that. But just to give you an idea, this is what it would be like. I'm just going to combine these 2 clips, and then this would be all together what it would be like. If your leads came to you while you slept, that is what my Dubb agent does. It finds me leads, it finds personal videos that I've recorded, and I'm able to send it out and get the reporting on the video. So by using direct to camera, ready, here we go. By using direct to camera, by using picture in picture, where it uses both cameras on the phone, right? These are all very, very powerful things. Hold on, my screen froze. Those are very powerful things that you can do in terms of setting up clip recording. So if you are doing B-roll, using picture in picture, having a virtual background behind you, you can get very creative in terms of what you want to make with the Dubb mobile app and the combination of Dubb agent. But just from a basic recording thing, if you're talking direct to camera, straight UGC, just focus on being authentic, not presenting, talking about your experience, and keep it, I would say, 30 seconds or less. Open with that hook, have that scroll stop we talked about, and make sure you have a CTA at the end, which in our case is always, click the link to get your free trial, 25,000 AI credits, or link in bio if it's on your socials. We have folks that are influencers with us for Dubb that share Dubb agent videos, and they're always like, hey, listen, click the link. Yeah, it's a great way. We have that referral program we talk about all the time that we do with the 30% one-time payment and 10% recurring. So a lot of great stuff we have available here. But if you're recording UGC style videos, stay authentic, use the technology, have Dubb Agent SMS with you, text back and forth, get the script right, save it into the studio, load it into the teleprompter, record the video, and that's how fast that can really work in terms of the workflow. And that's it.
Nice job, Rob.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Who's up next?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll save mine. Because I got a whole little library I'm building up. So in case other people don't have one, we'll have some episodes to share. Cool.
Nice. Any other questions from the audience here?
I think that was everything. Q&A and chat were wrapped up a while back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And then stay tuned on our YouTube channel. We're recording these locally, and so we're gonna bypass the what is it, compression?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's fingers crossed that it's worth the difference.
Yeah, as soon as we get out of here, I'll start uploading. So you should get the upload message. So
cool.
Right, exactly. You know what? Here's a 30-second video tutorial on how to improve your quality in Zoom. This is everything that we've learned.
there we go.
Okay. I'm gonna keep this one less than a minute, okay? Because I think it's valuable to here, give me a second. Let me clean my little camera here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a video training on how to improve the quality of your Zoom recordings. We've gone through everything that we possibly can to improve our quality in Zoom, and here is the list. Number one is that you have to upgrade your Zoom account to have the enhanced media upgrade. It's not an expensive feature. It's probably less than $10 now. I mean, these types of features, they always increase their price because it takes more video and more storage and bandwidth and bit rates and whatnot. It's definitely worth it if you're putting anything that you're recording on Zoom onto YouTube or onto socials, upgrading your account. Number two is turning on all the high definition switches. Take a look at this screenshot right here, where we have all of these switches that are turned on in our meeting section in our account. These are the high definition, the high bit rate, the high the frame rate, anything that we can increase the quality, we have done so, and that improves the quality. Number three is to use some sort of a continuity camera when you record your videos. So that just means you're using an iPhone. This works on Apple really well because you can use your iPhone, which is a high definition camera. You can plug in and you can do it wirelessly. Just make sure you're logged into the same iCloud account and you will be able to do that. You can also get a high definition webcam. We like the Logitech Brio. There's a lot of webcams out there. Try to get a 4K one with good light aperture. That way your video just pops. The next thing, which is a big one, is do not upload your videos to the Zoom cloud. Zoom has an option where you can upload your videos for cloud. I think they call it the cloud access or cloud recording. And then you go into your cloud, and then you go into your account on Zoom, you click recordings, and you download that MP4. That MP4 is so heavily compressed and condensed. Why wouldn't it be? Think about it. Zoom has to save money. They have to take all that long footage of 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour meetings across millions, hundreds of millions of users, and they have to figure out how to save money for their storage. This is an upgrade as well, so it is going to cost you some money. Instead, instead record your videos onto your computer. Save that file. It's not compressed as much, and then you can upload it to a Google Drive or a Dropbox or anything like this. Those are the four most powerful ways that you can improve the quality on your Zoom videos. And then just, Rob, do you have that screenshot? I referenced it, but if you could just show it real quick. Was it in Slack? I think it was in
Yeah,
Slack.
it was in the general channel, I think. Let me check really quick.
Yeah, I want to just show that on the screen very quickly.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Yeah. Zoom enhance. Okay, so
All right, here you
correction.
go. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're good. You can full screen that.
Hold on.
And then editor's notes, we just want to make sure that this is in our video so that people get this on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where you find those settings. And then what is the link in the left navigation?
It is settings.
Right okay, there. Yeah. So these are the settings in your account. If you just go to zoom.us, you can access this in the left navigation, and then just make sure all these switches are turned on. Cool. Thanks, Rob. Yep. And then I have to do a little correction because Ina corrected me. You also need the upgrade in your Zoom account, which is called Zoom Enhanced Media, and the price of that right now is $25. Little editor's notes to update that. That's just a quick training that I wanted to do. How long did it take us to figure this out? Like 4 years?
That.
4 years, and I think I
too,
dropped it
so.
in less than maybe 2 minutes. After editing, it'll be a minute. So, anyways, thanks, guys.
Cool. Anything else from anybody before we ship out? Last call. Anything from anyone? Anyone? Darius, you got anything? Anyone?
All good. Appreciate you guys. Later. See ya.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.